13.2 work together as part of the end of lesson review. So we have 3 different steps here that we're going to do. And the first one is to calculate the FUTA earnings. So we're going to use the selected payroll information from employee earnings records to calculate the FUTA taxes. Unemployment taxes are owed on the first $7,000 of earnings for each employee. So here we have this chart that we had before in our lecture, and you'll see we had the prior accumulated earnings to equal FUTA, which would be 7,000 minus that prior accumulated earnings. And so this first one has 900 left to get to that 7,000. Earnings for current payroll period are 762.50. So then remember, we're going to look for this FUTA earnings. We look at which one is lesser of the two in column 3 and 4. So here they need 900 to get to that 7,000 yet, but they've earned 762.50. So I'm going to use the 762.50 for this one. Okay, this one they've already went over 7,000, so we have 0 left. Even though they've earned this, it's going to be 0 here. Okay, we have 2,620 left, but they've earned 527, and 527 is less, so we're going to put that in here. They only need 150, and they've earned 849, so 150 goes in here. And now we're going to calculate the totals. So we're going to add up the earnings because we're going to need that to calculate some taxes on the next one. So here I'm going to get 3,179. And then I'm going to total the FUTA earnings. Again, because we will need this total to calculate some of the taxes on the next part. And here I get 1439.50. Grade step 1 and move on to the next step. Okay, step 2 is that we're going to calculate the amount of employer payroll taxes owed for the May 1st through 15th pay period. Use the employer payroll tax rates provided. So we have our chart filled in that we just did, and now we're going to calculate these payroll taxes that the employer has to pay. So Social Security tax, remember, it's matched up until that tax base. So right now, we were told on the last one that no one's met that tax base. So we have to calculate 6.2% of the earnings. So I'm going to take 3,179 times 6.2%. You get 197.10. Medicare, again, is off of the total earnings. So 3,179 times 1.45%, and I'll get 46.10. Okay, now I need to calculate these federal unemployment tax payable and the state. So now instead of using the earnings, I'm going to be using the FUTA earnings because it's taxed on these, not taxed on the total earnings. So I'm going to take 1439.50 times 8%, and I'll get $11.52. And then the state one is 1439.50 times 5.4%, which is 77.73. And now I need to calculate the total payroll taxes. So I'm going to add these together. And I'm going to get 332.45. I'm just going to add them together one more time to double check. Okay, we're going to grade step 2 and move on to step 3, journalizing the payroll taxes. So we're going to journalize the employer's payroll taxes from May 1st through 15th pay period on May 15th of the current year. Use General Journal page 10 and memo number 46. So notice I'm on line 1, so I do need to include the month, which is May, and it's on May 15th that it's being paid. So if I need to look at chart of accounts, I can look up here, but remember our debit is our payroll taxes expense. If you are unsure of what to call it, look into this chart of account, look at your liabilities, or I'm sorry, your expense account. So you'd have your payroll taxes expense here. you'll see. Okay, memo number 46, so M46. And the debit amount is that total, so $332.45. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in order here. So I know it's a payable account. The rest of these are payable because they are liabilities. So Social Security tax payable, and it's a credit of $197.10. Medicare tax payable, and that is a credit of $46.10. Unemployment federal, make sure you make that distinction there, and $11.52. Unemployment tax payable state, it's $77.73. Okay, so that's my journal entry for this one. So I'm going to grade final step. Okay, it looks like it's all good. Save and continue and begin the on your own.